Paging Wayzata Fire, Plymouth Alcom, Plymouth with an engine for an apartment fire, Wayzata Terrace, 110 Circle A Drive South, apartment 218. Repeating page, Wayzata Fire, Alcom, Plymouth with an engine for an apartment fire, Wayzata Terrace, 110 Circle A Drive South, apartment 218. Smoke coming from the outlet.
When we hire someone, obviously, if they have some experience, that's great. However, we do not require any experience whatsoever.
After joining the department, new members go through Firefighter 1 training and then Firefighter 2. Everybody in the department is also a first responder, and all that training is covered by the department.
In the Firefighter 1-2 class, they'll teach you the basics of firefighting. On our drill nights, we'll teach you kind of the way we do things at Wayzata.
Training on doing a car extrication, training on a car fire, training on house fire, training on hazmat. We did a hazmat drill a couple weeks ago on just getting comfortable, identifying material. And
all the training is paid for. Yep, there's nothing out of your pocket, some time you have to commit, and I would say do it now. I'm so glad I did it.
Ideally, we'd love to have you get the first responder medical class and the Firefighter 1 and 2 done in the first year, okay? Realistically, a lot of times that doesn't work, mainly because of people's jobs.
And they do a great job with all the details, and over the years, Firefighter 1 and 2 was required. That was the first thing. It's a number of hours sequenced over a period of time that's flexible, for people so that they can work and maybe even go to school elsewhere and also pick up on this. So it's not so rigid that you can't fit that into your schedule.
So like a new recruit, if he's going to go to a Firefighter 1 class, he would go somewhere for that class.
And how long are those classes?
And the Firefighter 1-2 class is approximately 100 hours. It seems like a lot of them will be done on a Monday and a Wednesday night. Some will go on a Tuesday and a Thursday night. Okay, and then at the end of the class, they'll take a test. If all goes well, they'll pass and become a certified firefighter. Then, in order to keep their certification up, they need to show up to our drill nights. Because in order for them to keep their certifications, they have to train 24 hours a year for 3 years to keep those.
Some of our drills are here, some of our drills are at Public Works. Sometimes we go down to the lagoon and run drafting operations. It's kind of all over. Sometimes we go to a training tower, a training facility where they do a control burn.
All of our stuff, for the most part, are Monday nights. Pretty much every Monday night, every one of your Monday nights is taken, okay? Now that being said, it's usually 3 Monday nights out of the month. But the required stuff, there's usually, on average, 2 drills and 1 business meeting of the required stuff per month.
Little things with schooling and learning, but the bulk of it you will learn from just hands-on with working with these guys. You will learn life-saving techniques. You'll have your first responder where you can administer CPR. So you will have some valuable skills and tools that a person learns. And to me, I thought it was, just all, fire and red lights and this and that's just a minimal part.
I mean, you learn knots, how to tie knots, basic knots, advanced knots, basically how to throw a ladder. We call it throwing a ladder, but setting an extension ladder. Just all kinds of things. SCBA, putting it on, taking it off. What's your gears for? It will be overwhelming at sometimes, and sometimes it'll be just a ball of fun because you're learning so much.
You know, if you pay attention, listen, you're going to learn an awful lot, because everybody here is here to teach one another. We all learn from one another. That you know, because it doesn't matter who you are, there's always room to learn.
First of all, you'll be able to give back to your community, which pretty much all of us are here for. We want to do something to help our community and help people. Basically, you'll have 30 friends here, and their wives, and their kids, you know, and their immediate family, because we involve everybody. And that's probably the reason that people probably join. I mean, that's it. The people you work with and work for.
Being able to be involved in the community. I mean, I think that is a draw for everybody, and the camaraderie and being able to be that other family where everybody gets together for a good purpose.
Well, honestly, I started later than most of these guys do. I got on in my 40s, but it came across one day someone asked me, why don't you join? And I couldn't really think of a reason why not to. And I've known these people for years. I've lived in the town for years, so I decided why not.
When you're a little kid, you always say, I want to be a firefighter. We have, you know, kids come up all the time in their turnout gear, and it's something that they just want to be firefighters. And even when I was a little kid, I said, I want to be a firefighter. And the day after I joined the department, I had a house fire that I was going to, and I'd only been on 12 hours and got a call. And the guy I was sitting next to on the fire truck, Marty O'Connor, looked at me and said, Reb, when did you get on the fire department? And I said, 10 o'clock last night. I said, what do I do? And he said, don't worry, I'll help you out, I'll tell you what to do, and when we get there, and we'll take care of it. So, I mean, guys are always looking out for everybody, and it's just, you know, men or women, it's a very great, for me, it's a great place to be, and it has been for 34 years.
I would say come to a few of the, a meeting or a drill or whatever, and observe. And just see what we do, and just kind of like apprentice, you know, like we used to do. Walk alongside for 2 or 3 meetings or drills, and get a tour of the equipment, the trucks, the department. Talk to people. I think you get a better perspective that way.
And it's just a group of guys that are just willing to help. You know, I mean, I think that's the main reason that they actually joined the fire department to begin with, is to help. Because, you know, we a lot of times we see people on their worst day, and the satisfaction that you get from helping somebody that is in that kind of position is just, I mean, it's an unbelievable feeling.
Well, I look back now and I wish I would have thought of this earlier in my life. But of course, when you're young and busy, you don't think of donating time to the city and that. And really, that's what I've found has been the most rewarding for me. Sure, I've learned a lot of firefighting and procedures and saving lives and putting fires out there. But the bigger thing of this is in a community, and Wayzata is so unique with its size and its placement on the lake, everything. You do a lot of things involved in the city, and that's what's really fun. You get to meet a lot of people, and it's, you know, it's fun. I've enjoyed every year of it.
Okay, we get paid. We're a volunteer fire department, but we're also called a paid on-call fire department, so we get paid an hourly wage for whether we actually go out on a fire call or if we get called to the station, and if the call gets canceled, we get paid for as if we're showing up for an hour call. And we get paid twice a year, the first Monday in June and the first Monday in December.
You know, most everything that we do, we get paid for. Okay, so we come to a fire call. Everybody gets paid. At this point right now, it's $11.59 an hour. Okay, so the fire calls are paid by the hour. The drill nights Our average drill night is 2 hours, so we pay everybody on those drill nights for 2 hours time. Our business meetings, the average business meeting is about an hour, so we pay everybody for 1 hour's time on a business meeting. At the end of the year, what we're looking for is we want people, the requirements as far as being present is 50% of the drill nights, 50% of the business meetings, and 25% of the fire calls. If you achieve that during the calendar year, then you are eligible for a year of service, and then you're also eligible for retirement pay, of which all comes later on. You have to be, by state law, you have to be 50 years old to take your money, and we have a program where we're vested, at 10 years we're vested 50%, and and then you become 100% fully vested at 20 years.
We all carry pagers. Hennepin County has a alarm system or alarm dispatch center. They'll send out an alarm once somebody calls 911. We'll get dispatched through our pager and a system called Active 911 to our cell phone, which is something new. Technology is a great thing.
And it tells us the type of call and the location and the time of day. And basically that's what also comes through on the Active 911 on our cell phone. First come, first serve for getting on a truck and going to a call. So it just depends on how soon you can get here.
So wherever we're at, we should be able to get the call, whether you're having supper or you're in a movie. Basically you drop what you're doing and you come to the fire station.
And depending on the type of fire, we have mutual aid with our surrounding departments. So if there's a confirmed house fire, apartment fire, something like that, we'll have automatic mutual aid, whether it be with Plymouth, Long Lake, Excelsior, Minnetonka, and we also get called to their places too, depending on, again, the type of situation that might be occurring.
Everybody has to respond to the fire station. Once you get here, we'll put our gear on and get on the designated trucks. Usually there's an officer like myself, a chief, that'll say we want to take this truck next. So it's kind of a systematically disbursement of our apparatus.
And your brain's going a million miles an hour, and you're just trying to, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, right away to get, your hose stretched, get your air pack on, masked up, ready to make entry. Make sure you get your tools with you.
Your pager goes off at any time, day or night. I'm lucky enough that my employer lets me leave work during the day. And if we're out all night, my employer understands that, and that's key, that I can get away during the day, but some people can't, and they can still make the percentages on the calls and the meetings and practices.
It varies. A lot of employers have no problem letting employees go. I know of some people that can't. I mean, the type of job where you need to be there and you cannot leave. So that's something that a person should probably discuss with their employer as far as if they are going to go or expect to. It's, we can't dictate that they can leave their job. We have no say in that.
I like how you never know when your next call is going to be or what your call is going to be, so it keeps it interesting.
I mean, it's everything. Like last night we had a call for a cat that was between the walls. I mean, it's as broad as it comes.
Right. Everything.
Yep.
We'll do the cat in the tree, we'll do the medicals, anything with a heart, difficulty breathing. We'll do PI, car accidents, personal injury accidents.
A lot of, like say, car accidents, medicals, fire alarms. We go probably most of the calls that we go to are automatic fire alarms.
The most unique one we ever had was came through as a horse stuck in a tree. And I didn't make it to the scene, but I was here at the station, but the horse had been on its back and was rolling on its back, and one of its legs flipped up and got caught in the V of a tree. And so the guys went there and had to get the tree pried apart enough so that they could lift and pull the horse out of the being stuck in a tree. So
We do get calls on the lake. We have a boat that we go out on, and there could be, most of them are usually emergencies. Someone hurt, or strokes, heart attacks, propeller injuries, you know, you name it, it can happen.
We'll take fire trucks and a police car, and the mayor and city council members will all go around to all the neighborhood parties. There's a block captain for each neighborhood we visit, and they usually host a party, a barbecue for their surrounding neighbors, so they can meet each other, feel comfortable with their neighbors, help watch their property when they're out of town, just all kinds of things. So, and they can ask questions of us when we show up with a fire truck. And
well, we're from the Wayzata Fire Department, and if you guys have a fire, we're going to come put it out for you, all right?
That is also fun because you get to see oftentimes the really little kids who want to, you know, tour the trucks and see what's going on, and the excitement in hearing this last time, one woman had been in the neighborhood for 47 years in that same house.
Thank you, Andrew. Thank you very much. Have a great evening, you guys. Bye-bye.
Well, the Fire Safety Day, we usually have the cops come, we have the ambulance come, we like to put on a demonstration. Sometimes it's a kitchen fire. Last year it was a mock or setup of an extrication where we cut up a car. It's just kind of fun watching the kids run around and have a good time, and there's free food at that.
Well, favorite one is the Mini Olympics on the 4th of July. We put on the Mini Olympics at the middle school. It's for kids 12 and under, and we have a softball throw, we have running races, we have a long jump, and for the youngest we have a money find and a sawdust or sand pit, depending on what we have. So that's on the afternoon of July 4th, 12:30 at the middle school.
But the 4th of July, we have a party at our house, which is a block off of where the kiddie parade is, and my kids grew up in that parade, and we've always been a participant in it. The fire department actually sponsored it for a couple of years, but it's since turned over to the neighborhood, and it's my favorite one.
I'm in charge of the Light Up the Lake Parade, it's called. So we decorate all of our fire trucks in Christmas decorations, LED lights. Santa gets in our tower truck in the bucket, and we light him up like crazy, and we drive down Lake Street and hand out candy canes to the kids and adults, whoever wants one. And we end up at the depot for the lighting of the Christmas tree.
There's a great group of guys. I enjoy being here. You set aside 3 out of 4 or 4 out of 4 Monday nights, you know, for for as long as you're here, you put that aside. So whether you're out of town, or nice break to get out of the house too for a few hours every Monday night, and yeah, I just really enjoy it.
Well, and it's fun too, and we always keep commenting when we have, you know, the things like the family picnics and the things we do as a department that is family oriented. It's always fun to watch the kids grow up, and you know, then the kids go off to college. So you really do, you know, grow up as a family.
We see to it as a group of firefighters that our spouses and family do get included in things. We have our family picnic, we have an annual boat ride, we have Christmas get-togethers where we have other departments stand by at our department, so nobody has to go on a fire call. It's kind of nice for that 3-hour period, knowing that you don't have to throw on the gear and run. So
you become fast friends. You know, storm situations when we have tornado warnings and stuff like that, or extremely cold nights. We sleep here at the fire station. Most people don't know that. We'll put 5 guys in the fire station and then sleep down here, just in case we get a call. We're a tight-knit group. You become fast friends. We help one another, whether if you need a new roof on your house or patio pavers laid, you know, you just put the word out and you'll have 6-8 guys there at a snap of a finger.
And the guys here have been great. I mean, they've been supportive. They have been, you know, just like family. There's never been any kind of harassment or making me feel like I can't do something I should be able to do. I mean, we've had a great time.
Number one, the reason it's important is because we work as a team. You know, I'm the fire chief, but I'm just one of the firefighters. It's just that I have that rank that goes along with it.
The camaraderie is a close number 2 in my book to never knowing what you're going to get into as far as what I enjoy about this place. Knowing that I'm going to be able to see my buddies here and we'll be able to work on stuff together, that makes it a lot easier for me to come here on a Monday night.
A second family. I mean, the first year I was on, I didn't know too many of the guys except for my friends, but you get to know them and they're a family, and it'll always be that way. And you have to instill that trust, because when you are firefighting, it's always a team effort. And I can't think of one guy on this department that I wouldn't trust going in a burning building with me. They all have trained well, they know what they're doing, and that's the least of my worries. And to me, that's a very special thing, to know people like that.
I remember once going into a basement that you couldn't see, and the two guys behind me I'd known for 10 years at least at that point in time, and I'm on the nozzle, and we're going down, and I yelled, slow down, because I didn't want to go into this thing not understanding what I was going into. But both of them got it. They both got off of it, and we got to the bottom of the stairs and found a small fire, but it filled the basement. You can't see. You can't see, and these guys, everybody knew. Everybody gets it. And I would go into that same place with anybody on this fire department.